Hello and welcome to A Wheel Thing TV. I'm Dave Knoll. We're looking at the Lexus LX 570S. It's the big 5.7 litre petrol-fed V8 based on the Toyota Land Cruiser. Is it any better? We think it is. Very bright white LED headlights. We've got the L kick for the driving lights, and even down here in the little L-shaped driving light section below the headlights. And now this extra bit of plastic, which is why it just won't be a good car to take off-road, even though it's got the nous and the goods thanks to Toyota underneath, but just would probably break off as soon as it saw a little bit of mud or dirt. Probably being a little bit harsh, but it's certainly not the kind of car that would be going off-road. One of the benefits of wireless technology, of course, is the old key fob and remote unlocking of the tailgate in a car. Now it's a little bit different in this, in that we've got a horizontal split fold. We've also got buttons on the inside for, believe it or not, powered rear seats. Yeah, true story. Now the thing is, the button has to be held, otherwise it will stop halfway through. Rear seat video controls as well, individual for the screens, which do have a remote control to activate as well. Even the middle row seats get their own electric adjustment. Center console features have the drive modes. You've even got the crawl mode should you take it off-road, but really with the bodywork on this, probably wouldn't be a great idea. Has a height adjuster for the vehicle to go up and down, and hopefully we might be able to get it to work if we do the high-rise one. Comes up on the inside of the dash, and we're really lucky. We might be able to see it moving. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Just a little bit of a jerk, and there's airbag suspension. The traditional mouse style here, as opposed to a trackpad in one of the other 2 or 3 Lexus models. Again, just that little bit fiddly. There's some resistance and it just needs that little push, and sometimes that little push is just too much of a push in order to get it to where you need it to be. But it is quite handy in regards to where you can do all your controls, whether it's via this or via that, and sometimes it actually does work out to be slightly easier, not always, but slightly easier to do it via this system here. The Lexus LX 570S is a hefty vehicle, to say the least. It's well over 2.5 tonnes in weight, and with a petrol-fed V8, comes out with around 550, 570 newton meters of torque. But that's a typical petrol engine. It's up around 4,000 to 4,500 RPM before that peak torque comes in. Then you understand that it takes a fair bit of effort to get this big heavy machine up and running. And as a result, we're looking at fuel consumption on a combined cycle quoted by Lexus as being 14.4 litres per 100 kilometres, and that's a fair whack around town. As a result though, they fitted 135 litres worth of fuel tanks. There's a 95 litre main tank and then a subsidiary tank of 40 or 45, and it certainly helps in that respect. Ride quality on the airbag suspension for the most part is quite comfortable, it's quite supple. The front end does get tugged in by some ripples on the road every now and then, and you can feel the steering wheel just move underneath your hands as the front end gets pulled away. There's a little bit of body movement, little body roll, but overall as a driving package, well, it's more than adequate, but you'd expect that from a company such as Lexus. Rubber for the airbag suspension LX 570 is from Dunlop, and it's absolutely massive. We are looking at 275/50 21s. Huge stuff, plenty of grip. The LX 570S from Lexus is priced at $168,000 and a couple of extra dollars plus on road, so it includes all the luxury tax and that sort of stuff, but all the other government charges need to be whacked on top, so you're probably looking at close to $190,000, maybe $200,000. It's a bit of a slug on road. That torque that we see in a diesel just isn't here in the big V8. It's around 4,500 RPM before peak torque comes in. And with a weight close to probably 3,000 kilos, it really does hold it back. But otherwise, it's a nice, relaxed highway cruiser. Around town, just needs a bit of a prod, and that 15 litres per 100 of petrol being drunk really gets noticeable. That's on the combined cycle too, by the way. Anyway, check it out for yourself at lexus.com.au. For Will Thing TV, I'm Dave Knoll.